This is a selenite crystal, and it's only found in one place in the world. And that place just happens to be here in Oklahoma. And I got this, well, normally I'd say I got this picture when such and such, but here I got this crystal when my family and I visited Oklahoma's Great Salt Plains State Park. Actually, I don't know if it's Great Salt Plains or just Salt Plains State Park. Anyway, my family and some friends of ours spent a Saturday digging around in the sand at Salt Plains State Park, which is about 2 hours from where we are in Oklahoma. And we did it on this has been on our bucket list for a long time. For years now, we've been talking about going to the Salt Plains and digging out these crystals. And we finally did it. And we spent like 5 hours on a Saturday just digging around in this huge acres of sand. And someone, maybe it was my wife, described it as like a beach without the water. We happened to go on a day when the sand was full of water, so you could just like stick your hand in, and it was full of water. Like you didn't have to dig in the cracked, dry earth. You could just dig a hole with your hands, and it was full of these crystals. This crystal is about maybe 1.5 inches from left to right, so it's pretty small. And we got hundreds of crystals like this. Not exactly like this. A lot of them were a little, weren't quite so well formed. But if you see this, like that's the idea, these selenite crystals. And I wanted to take a picture of it for, I don't know, just for something to try. And in the end, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out, but I wish it was a little more clear. You see how this hourglass shape, which is this unique shape that you only get when you dig these selenite crystals in Oklahoma, the hourglass shape it's too blurry for my taste. And I don't think that's a depth of field issue. I think that's a refraction issue. And the light coming from those parts of or shining through those parts of this crystal, it's thrown off to the side and it ends up looking blurry as a result. The rest of it is mostly in focus. I don't know. I shot this at f/45 and I really tried to get as wide of a depth of field as possible. And even so, it just, I don't know. It's okay. It was fun to kind of light this photo. There's actually, there's two pavo tubes, my Nanlite pavo tubes I've been talking about. One on the top, one on the bottom, laying horizontal, just like this crystal's horizontal. And they're like just out of frame. And this crystal is sitting on a piece of glass, like a picture frame piece of glass, against a piece of white foam core, foam board, whatever they call it. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I tried for a little bit of a backlighting kind of thing. I'm not even sure. I think it'd be fun to continue to experiment with some photos of these crystals, but I'm not sure I'm going to. It's just like, it was a lot to take this photo. And I think I'd rather just like pick up the crystal itself and look at it, or maybe look at this photo of the crystal. I don't know if I'll take too many more pictures of these crystals, but it was a fun trip, and it was something that we'd like to do again at some point.